What's going on, everyone? Championship Fit here, and today we're going to talk about recovery, more so what I use to track my recovery and make sure that I'm recovering the best as possible and having the best training session. What I tend to use is my Apple Watch. Now, the Apple Watch has a really good app on it. I use Auto Sleep. What that does is it tracks your HRV. HRV is heart rate variance. Now, this is important because what it does, it allows you to know when you're in advance before you get sick, when your stress level is a little bit higher. And the way that it does this, because we all have a level, right? So it's okay, whatever that number is. The problem is when that number changes, that's when you have an issue. So what you want to do is make sure you keep that number higher whenever you're training. So if you're 80, you don't want to be at 50 and you're doing your higher intensity trainings. All right. Now also it uses heart rate when you get up. And the reason that's important, because if your heart rate is much higher whenever you get up, that means that you're more likely stressed. All right. So if you use heart rate HRV, that lets you know when you're stressed or you're overtrained or overreach, and you don't want to train in that way anyways. Or if your waking up heart rate is 80 and it's usually 50 something, something's wrong as well. Now, we do want to control the amount of stress that we have. Stress is a necessity. We do need stress to be able to improve, but where stress comes from is more important. When you're training, when you're doing your sprints, you're going to be stressing. When you're doing your lifting, you're going to be stressing. But you don't want stress to come from a significant other. You don't want stress to come from school, so on and so forth. So you want to control the stress that you have in your life. Sometimes meditation is a good thing because it actually allows you to be able to control your environment. Remember, perception is key. So how you view something, you might feel like it's horrible. You might be going crazy, and then that's stressing you out. So you can change your perception on that. Then from there, you can de-stress a little bit and not necessarily affect your body as much. So if you're lifting, you're running, then you're stressing out with your significant other, and then you're like, oh, I need to lift some more. No, you need to de-stress. And that's why a lot of these performance, recovery protocols work, because they de-stress you, and you de-stress, you increase performance more times than not, right? Now, a question I get is, should I be high all the time? Should I be good all the time, recovered all the time? No, if you're recovered all the time, you're not stressing yourself out enough whenever you're training. You want to have some type of stress whenever you're training, enough for you to be able to force your body to change. If you stress it out, your body's going to change. You strengthen, and it's going to cause you to improve and recover. So super compensate. So you're here, you stress, you recover, get a little bit better, and that's when you train again, so on and so forth, and then you'll continue to go up. Like that video I made on super compensation. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It gives you a breakdown of pretty much how I feel it works. Now, it's not exactly for sure that way, because you know that this is not pretty much how we go. We don't just go up. It undulates a lot more than that, but gives you a basic idea.